What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video is entitled Robbing Men of Fatherhood is Okay. And this is a conversation we're going to have for real. Because what's going on nowadays is you can rob a guy of being a father, but that's overlooked. And what I mean by that is, it's a lot of chicks talking about, it's a lot of fatherless homes. And I saw something earlier this week where a brother was talking about he wanted to make build something for his baby, and the mother was like, she was just laying in bed filming a guy, and he was like, you took that from me. And she's like, I didn't know, it meant so much to you. But see, here's the problem right here, that you have a society, and mothers in particular, who are too comfortable robbing fathers of their fatherly moments. Now, you can't complain about having fatherless households when, every time when dad wants to do something for his baby, you cut him off at the pass or cut him off at the knees, and just, okay, problem. So, and I'm not going to get into the court part because I think that's unnecessary. We see how that goes. But I will say this. When dad is trying to buy gifts and you have a conversation with him and you buy the gift and you say it's from you, you robbed that guy at that moment, right? When you decide that you want to control the situation and you get in between the relationship between the father and the child because you feel like everything got to be ran through you because it's for some egotistical power struggle, you rob the father of being a father. You want everything supervised so you could yay or nay it, right? When a father guides or trains or talks to or disciplines their child, and you get in the middle or you undermine it because you don't want, you want it to be your way and you want to be the ruling voice in that child's head, that's, you robbing that man of being a father. When you want that guy to teach you certain things that as a father he knows how to do better than you, so he thinks you're asking for insight, but what you're asking to do is you're asking for a cheat code to replace his fatherly influence so you could do it and act like you came up with it yourself, so you feel like you can get the glory, right? You're robbing that guy of his fatherhood, and some of y'all, I know y'all, some people might say, well, if you marry the women, you can't marry people who don't want to be married and who have agendas and who want to be single. You can't build a family with somebody who just wanted to be a mother above all else and didn't want to be a family. So don't take it somewhere, with your ideology that it doesn't really, that it doesn't play out like that in actual society. So that's the one thing about that. The other thing is this. If you demonize the father to the child, you making sure that they don't have a good relationship because you don't want them to. And that's okay, right? That in our society, that's okay. That's just fine. That's par for the course. That's how a lot of mothers get down. So what's the problem with all that? If it's so okay, then why are there a lot of mothers out here complaining about how their children act? They're acting like you, right? Because you're robbing them of, when you rob them of their other half, you rob them of their other family. And this goes into what I'm about to say next. When you make sure that they don't have a good relationship with their father, that extends to the other family. They don't have a relationship with their grandparents. That's okay. They don't have a relationship with if they have siblings, their father's other children. That's okay with y'all. They don't have relationships with their cousins. That's okay. Aunts, uncles. That's okay. You get what I'm saying? So you can have those moments, and because you're a mother, you feel like you're all that matters, and your family's all that matters. But the problem with that is this: that mentality is taught in so many different households that you're gonna get robbed. See, the same mother that wants to rob a father and his family of the opportunity to be a father and a grandparent and an aunt and an uncle and a cousin and so on and so forth, their child, if they have a boy, is probably going to be attracted to a woman who acts just like that. They're going to have a child with a woman who acts just like that, and you're going to be the family on the outs. And now you can watch your child go through the very same thing that you do, right? Because you're not the only household that thinks it's okay to rob a man of his fatherhood. That's become the norm. Now, society is not looking at it like it used to, but it's still a norm, and then some of you ladies wonder why guys don't mess with y'all, because some of these guys out here, when you're single, a lot of them have either been the child or been the other side of the family. And a lot of you ladies are operating on autopilot to the point where he don't like you as a person, because you're okay with robbing a man of his fatherhood. Now, some people say, there are a lot of guys who are out here deadbeats. I could understand that. But what winds up happening is, if you're one of those people who steals a dad's moments, if a kid's supposed to be with their father, but they're not because of you, your child's father isn't a deadbeat. You are. You think it's okay to play these games. If you're such a control freak that you want to create a situation, that is not court regulated, where it's kind of supervised visitation for you to, then it's about you. If you want to rob that guy being a father because he's moved on or he's got a girlfriend and you want him to be single, people can't get that time back. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about that part where it's about time. Anywhere from 1 to 18 years of time that a father and a child can have bonding and getting and building together. You're okay with messing that up, and your friends are okay with it being messed up. Your family's okay with it being messed up. Now, y'all may not like how it plays out in the end. You might not like how how the kid grows up to be, and this is part of the problem. When you teach these children this disrespect, when you teach these children these undermining, when you teach these children this arrogance, all of a sudden, you know how to teach it, but you don't know how to unteach it. So you want to rob the father of being a father, but teach bad behavior, but then you don't know how to unteach the bad behavior. You just want to say, oh, this kid's a certain age, I can't do nothing with him. Really? This is what y'all doing? All for what? So you can feel like you in charge. And a lot of y'all, this is why y'all lives are in shambles, because after that kid turns 18, all of a sudden you can't be in charge no more, because that last little child support payment is paid off, and that last and the end of that court agreement is over, and now you left with yourself. And sometimes you left with the very child that you created that is not capable of handling life in society. And guess what? Even if you have a girl, guess what happens? She's at home with you playing the same games you've been playing with fathers, right? So now you never raised your children. You just robbed the father of raising the children. And now you stuck with grown adult children or the bad situations repeating the cycle, right? So if it's okay with you, you got to understand. A lot of you ladies think, you bad mothers think you're going to walk away scot-free. If you have a son, you're going to be the grandmother who never see your grandbaby. If you have a daughter, you're going to have the daughter that never leaves the house, and they're going to be in their 30s, and you're going to be in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you ain't never got a break. That's how it ends. All because you want to rob a man of his fatherhood. Doesn't work out well. We out. Peace. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah.